Alright, so this is going to be my introduction vlog. Sounds weird to say, but my video blogs pretty much. It's more like storytelling. So if you're interested in like creepy, weird, and mysterious kind of stuff like that, that's what I want to focus on. But not just like telling stories. I want to actually go do my own research at a lot of the locations. So, for example, there's a place called the Blue House at the hospital that I work at, and I have some pictures of that, and I would like to actually go in one night when I'm working and check it out, take some pictures, look more into the history of it. It's pretty interesting. So, kind of explain this Grumpy Guppy Games. When I was, let's see, when was it? I want to say it was 2010. I came out and visited a bunch of friends. My best friend, Joel, was stationed out in Colorado. And I came to visit them. And I made friends with his cousins pretty quickly. And their daughter, who I call my niece, gave me the nickname Grumpy Guppy because I guess I always look grumpy, which it's probably true. I'm a very grumpy person, I guess. um, so, it started off as Grumpy Guppy Gus, then Grumpy Guppy, then just Gups, Guppy, Still Grumpy Guppy. So I got a tattoo. It's on this arm right here. It's hard to see because of the angle. Yeah, whatever. You get the idea. But it's that logo right there. My tattoo artist is my roommate and the friend that I came to visit, the cousin to my best friend. And so that's a little bit of why that's up there. So I kind of have this game company. It's not going anywhere right now. It's more for fun, and one day maybe I'll do something. However, this here is the hobby I want to be doing. So, in this introduction, pretty much what I'm going to go over is like what it's kind of about, a little bit about me. So, my name is Jonathan Davis, and no, not the lead singer of Korn. Obviously, I'd be a lot richer and look a lot older, probably. But I used to be in the Army, so this is not the most current rank that I was. I got out as a specialist. I could have been an E5 if I stayed in. Didn't really want to, but now I regret it. Kind of wish I did. This was in South Korea, my first duty station, and what was I gonna say? I am so sorry. Whatever. I don't use a script. I kind of type up my notes, and then sometimes I get lost. Apparently, I have ADHD, so it's really fun with that. So, but yeah, pretty much in this introduction, it's going to be creepy, weird, and stuff. So, the reason why I got into this kind of stuff was the fact that when I was younger, I had some weird, I guess, paranormal experiences, or maybe just really wild dreams that my mother shared too, in one of them. And then I've also, the place I'm living at right now, which you can see in my background since I don't have a green screen yet, was some interesting, I don't know, maybe paranormal experiences, but no witnesses, no recording, and I'm not some scientist or paranormal investigator. I'm just a guy that's really interested in this kind of stuff. So, I'm going to get into that. I'm probably going to go over a little story, a couple of them that happened here, and then we're going to call it good until my next episode, which is going to be about Elisa Lamb, or Elisa Lamb. It was a Canadian girl that went to visit in Los Angeles at a Cecil Hotel, ended up missing, found out she was dead in the rooftop water tank. Pretty creepy. So, that'll be the next episode. That'll be my official episode. This is just kind of like a introduction pilot episode. So, let's get into the story here. So, I've lived here off and on since 2014, I want to say. I think. I came to visit a couple of times back in 2010. 11 and 12, actually. Good times. But, okay, so the first story was, and my first experience here was my niece. Her room had two beds, one against her door and one against the wall where her window is, and she actually slept on that one, the one underneath the window. The one that was closer to the door was going to be for her, I don't know, it's her mom's, like, adopted sister kind of thing, so I don't know what you would call it, sorry. But the thing was, she was asleep on the other side, like, completely passed out. I didn't know that. I came upstairs because I live down here in the basement because I'm cool like that. But at least it's not my mom's. But I came upstairs to use the bathroom, and you kind of walk around this corner from the kitchen, coming up the stairs, into the kitchen, around the corner, and there's the bathroom right here. Well, her room is down the hall from the bathroom. Like, when you go into the bathroom, if you turn around, look left, you can see into her room a little bit. Well, I looked over there as I was stepping into the bathroom, and it looked like she was really mad at me, Jaden, my niece. She, like, looked like it was really mad, hair down. She used to have really long hair. And kneeling on the bed, like, angry at me. I'm like, I stepped back to be like, Jaden, go to bed. But she wasn't there, so I walked over there pretty quickly. And she was passed out, like this, over her bed, like how she normally sleeps when she's truly asleep. So I know she wasn't really faking it. I tried waking her up, couldn't wake her up. If she's fake sleeping, it's pretty easy. She'll, like, giggle or something, you can tickle her. She didn't wake up. So that was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I walked into the bathroom, went to the bathroom. While I was in there, I hear her banging on the closet door. It was just boom. And I'm like, okay, once again, maybe it was Jaden, and she was truly faking it. So when I was done, I opened up the closet door, and I realized, and should have known, is that they have it so packed in there, the door on the outside to go in there, I would have heard it open for one, and all the stuff to be pulled out for two, so she could knock on the door, because you can't even reach your hand past that first little blockade of stuff. So, I'm like, okay, that was kind of creepy. Went downstairs, didn't even think about it. I was super nerd at the time, so I went back, played some video games, and then eventually went to bed. So that was the first case. Second case that kind of threw me for a loop was the room I'm in now. So I used to live out, not that door back there, that door is creepier. That actually goes to underneath the duplex attachment piece of our house next door. That's where our water heater is. It's all dirt and creepy back there. So yeah, fun. But my door over here, like literally 2 steps. So I was, yeah, so it was that one. So I was asleep in my bed, and I had the covers kind of like pulled up to about here on my shoulder. I was sleeping facing towards the wall, and I had my feet kind of tucked up. And then at some point, I was awake enough, I guess, that I felt my blanket get pulled off of me. And so I reached for it instinctively and pulled it back up. And didn't even think about it. The weird part was I can't say for sure if I pulled it down with my feet, not knowing. You know, who knows, right? I don't know. However, I do remember that there was a little bit of resistance and I didn't feel the blanket even pass over my feet. Which means it wasn't pulled from the bottom where my feet were. It was pulled more towards the top. Which is kind of creepy to remember, but whatever. Nothing hurt me. I do believe this house could be haunted. Which is weird because, like, I want to believe in ghosts, but I'm always like, show me proof. Show me proof. Please show me proof. Do anything. Show me proof. Let's get video. Oh, that could be fate. I want to go see it. But I always try to convince people that ghosts are real. I don't know. I'm weird. It's an oxymoron kind of thing. Hypocrite. I mean, I know it's hypocrite, but sorry. Off topic. Okay, so that was the second thing in this house. Really, there was a third thing when I used to live over there on that side. When it became solely my room, I swore I could see like this shadow outline of a person standing in a closet nook away from my bed all the time. But it could have been the way I had stuff stacked in there. I don't know. Nothing really reached as high as the shadow did, and it looked like it was wearing that old, kind of like bowler style hat. So that one I never really thought about. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just shadows getting cast off the lights because I had tons of electronics. Just I still do. I still have an Xbox. I have my computer. Obviously, lights for my charging batteries and stuff. And then, so the last, well, not really last, one of the more recent accounts, when I moved back, I went to live with a friend on a ranch out in Byers, Colorado. I came back down here. I was sitting at my computer and I was about to get up to go grab a drink upstairs, and I hear a knock, 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 like my buddy, my tattoo artist, knocking on the door to see if I want a game or something. So I got up and opened up the door. He usually doesn't walk away right away. He'll knock a bunch of times. Open up the door, nobody's there. I didn't hear him run up the stairs, since the stairs run up this wall here, as well as being attached on the other side that actually did my roommate, one of them, this is a long story, he games underneath there, so he always can hear people go up the stairs just like I can. I didn't hear anybody run up the stairs. I didn't hear the door across the way open. I didn't see anybody go into the laundry room. And I go and search the house, and weirdly enough, nobody was even home. Even though I swore everybody was home. Or at least Jason was home because it was his day off. But no, nobody was home. I'm like, okay, I heard that. It could have been a neighbor. They weren't there, apparently. And it could have been not upstairs, because that's my house. It's that side, sorry. By the door, those neighbors over there. Upstairs, because I can hear them banging too. They weren't home either. The kids were at school, and the parental guardian was at work. So that was exciting. Once again, who cares? What made me actually start kind of believing that this place could be haunted was when my very skeptical, kind of religious roommate, Nikki, was working. I was working. I had my back towards these stairs up here. We worked for the same company, and she looks up and kind of has a weird look and then does a double take. And then she asked me when I was done with my call and she wasn't busy. She's like, do you ever feel something downstairs? I'm like, yeah, kind of. And she said, well, I just saw a face peek around the corner and look at me. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. In fact, I've seen it a couple of times now. And then my niece has seen it a couple of times. She's seen it a lot at this point. And it's weird. It doesn't look menacing, she says. I personally haven't seen it. This one is, again, show me, show me, show me. However, my experiences down here, I'm like, okay, maybe it's true. I don't know. So, those are actually the most recent occurrences that I've experienced. And I just love this stuff. It's cool. And now I have other people in the house that are also witnessing it. My niece has heard a bunch of things like... It'll be stories for other time. What I want to do is I want to take and see if they'll all sit down with me upstairs. And we will sit around the table and I'll film and we'll go over stories and encounters that we've had either in our past life or here. And that's going to be a whole episode. And I think it'll be pretty fun. Hopefully they'll do it. I'm sure they will. So yeah. That's pretty much it. I'm sorry I said this is my first time ever doing stuff like this. I don't really like doing this kind of stuff, but I do. It's weird. Like, I hate to hear the negative feedback, but I know I'm going to need it because criticism that it will help me get better. So I'm going to work on a green screen, and work on the video stuff being better. But so this is kind of like the outside of my house. It's just here's a duplex on that side. I don't know, that side. We're the one that's the camera's mostly focused on. And then, so it's just a single story. However, there's a basement one the wall I'm looking at right here, behind the camera and my computer, that goes into the other little studio apartment that's attached to us. Now, these are the stairs leading down to where my room is. So, to the left of this picture is where I am now. To the right is where I used to live and my roommate. These stairs seem to creep out my niece, Jaden. Anytime she uses the freezer at the top of the stairs, when she comes into the kitchen, she always turns on the light towards the stairs because it's just too creepy, she says. But these are also the stairs that, actually, you can almost see it at the very top, this little landing that I'm taking down. That's the wall right there on the left side of the picture, and that's where they see the face peek out from. They don't necessarily see hands, and it's been seen at different levels, towards the floor, up high, like way too high for a normal person who's standing there. Because to lean over without them seeing anything else, including your hands, it's just too difficult. So, yeah. Once again, I'm going to use my Grumpy Guppy logo games until I can think of a better one for this. I'll probably just be Grumpy Guppy. And hopefully this didn't bore you too much. The Elisa Lam story, I'm only doing one story at a time for each of these videos so I can focus more on details, so hopefully to pull you more in. I don't know how long they'll be, hopefully just a couple of minutes, and hopefully very interesting. Once I get my green screen and perfect some of my editing, I will just go into better stories. I plan on going to the Blue House either sometime this week, because at my workplace I just have to be able to get into it and take some photos, maybe some video, and then do a whole story of history of behind the Blue House. I'm not saying that it's haunted. I've heard stories that I'm going to put into that as well. That'll be my second episode, technically my third since the pilot episode, and then we'll go from there. However, I will be filming the Elisa Lam episode next week, and then the week after that will probably be the actual work on the Blue House. So, thank you for sticking around. It's been awesome. I'm sorry this probably droned on and was not the best, but it is my first. So, thank you for stopping by, and to my future friends. Wow, speech impediment. Great. That's a good start, huh? My future fans and watchers, thank you. Seriously. So, if you like this video, go ahead and hit like. If you don't like this video, go ahead and hit dislike. And may the dislike button curse you to always lose your left sock. Not the right one. I'm not that cruel. You take care, everybody. Thank you.